Welcome to Vue's 2023 Product Showcase. Today, we have an exciting program planned. We'll be sharing with you several new products that represent the latest in creative technology. At Vue, our vision is to empower the world to create content at the speed of thought. And with the help of generative AI and real-time technology, we are closer to that vision than ever before. Last year, we launched the Vue Network, with the goal of bringing together the creative community and providing the resources and support needed to bring their ideas to life. We've had the opportunity to host thousands of productions across our studio network, from commercials to films to immersive events and new forms of storytelling and simulation. Today, we're in the middle of a major shift in technology, one that will revolutionize the way that we work forever. We're at the intersection of an exponentially growing superintelligence and unprecedented computer speeds. This is generative AI, and it will challenge us to fundamentally change the way we create. It will exponentially increase our creative output. And while there's several areas that generative AI will affect, we believe there's two areas that it's going to radically change today, and that is the way that we search and the way that we see. Search is going to move from finding to making. So instead of searching for things that already exist, generative AI will allow us to search for things that don't exist. And instead of just retrieving information, it will help us create all new possibilities. Generative AI will be the gateway for a new era of creative discovery. But it's also going to change the way that we see, because everything that is now 2D will also be 3D as we enter a new immersive age of the internet. Generative AI will give a third dimension to all the existing 2D media. Using methods like NeRF, and 3D depth maps, and generative modeling, these are not tools of the future. These are tools that are here today, and you'll be able to see them in today's presentation. We believe that the inevitable arc of technology is that as soon as we can think of an idea, technology will help us see that idea and share it with others. That is the future of generative storytelling. So to kick things off, let's take a look at our first new product, Virtual Studio.
If I cut my hair, hope I grow it long back time like way before. If I wear it straight, will they like me more? Like those girls on front covers. Long hair, make them stay little longer. Stay hair, stay straight, though we feel ashamed by the curls, waves, and natural things. Curls, waves, and natural things. Oh, it's been so long since I had a song with a front on some color. If I cut it all off, will it even grow? Need to grow back real long. Gotta prove it all right. I don't want no struggles, I don't want no fears. I don't want no struggles, I don't want no fears. I don't want no struggles, I don't want no. Does it make sense to you? Why you cut it off? Cut it off.
Virtual Studio is a platform of creative tools designed for the modern creator. Now to tell you more, here's Daniel.
Thanks, Tim. Virtual Studio brings together all the functionality and capabilities of industry-leading creative workflows and packages them into a simple, easy-to-use platform that was designed for creative people by creative people. Designed from the ground up with intuitive control in mind and based on the belief that creative technology is best when it's easy to use and time is spent empowering ideas, not troubleshooting technology. Virtual Studio is built on an ecosystem of custom applications, including SceneForge, our virtual asset marketplace, and Vue AI. More on that later. We're also excited to include other industry-leading tools like Unreal Engine, Belinga, Stipe, and more. Virtual Studio runs on desktop computers and iOS devices. But enough talking, let's see how it works. To get started, you can use your device to launch applications, select content, make adjustments, and so much more. For our asset marketplace, we're partnering with the world's most talented VAD studios and artists to create content for Virtual Studio, including 3D environments, assets, tools, and 2D play content. All content on the marketplace is certified for virtual production, meaning it's already been optimized to run in Virtual Studio, allowing you to go from an idea to execution quicker than ever. The marketplace is launching with over 250 free virtual environments and assets, and we're partnering with the world's leading stock video and image libraries, which means our paid and free resources will continue to grow every day. Libraries where you control and manipulate content on the wall. For 2D content, you can easily import your own assets and make adjustments to scale, position, color, add simple keyframes, and more. In a future release, Library will also support 2.5D workflows thanks to camera tracking integrations. For other workflows such as game engine, nerfs, and more, Library acts as a trigger to open another application. Marketplace and Library are just the beginning. Last month, we released SceneForge and Vue AI to public beta and have been amazed by the feedback and engagement we've seen. Hundreds of creators have already taken advantage of these amazing tools, and we're just getting started. Here's Judah to tell you more about the current state of SceneForge and Vue AI and share a preview of our future roadmap.
Thanks, Daniel. SceneForge was born from the idea that there's power in simplicity. While many of the most common tools used in virtual production are extremely capable, they lose their power in the wrong hands due to complexity. On the flip side, simple tools for pre-visualization are extremely helpful for the creative workflow, but their benefit often stops at previs. Up to this point, the power of SceneForge has been in building simple virtual environments, visualizing camera blocking and lighting, and storyboarding shot sequences. We've also added the ability to visualize content on a virtual LED volume and integrate third-party NDI content streams. SceneForge is the foundation of our vision for 3D in-camera VFX pipelines. We'll have a lot more to share in a future update, including details on our support for USD and real-time camera tracking within SceneForge, bringing your workflow from SceneForge to screen. This means that any creator will be able to bring their vision to life using SceneForge, collaborate with their team, and when ready to shoot, use the same exact virtual environment for an actual IC VFX shoot, all within SceneForge and Virtual Studio. Now let's talk about Vue AI. It's no secret that generative AI has been a disruptive force. The convergence of virtual production and AI is something we take very seriously at Vue, and for the past 2 years we've been asking ourselves how generative AI can be harnessed in a responsible way to augment and accelerate a creator's capabilities. Vue AI is our answer to that question, turning your ideas into content in a matter of seconds. This dynamic platform brings together different AI tools including GPT, DALL-E, Stable Diffusion, upscaling, and a lot more. And thanks to our dynamic platform, we're able to incorporate an infinite number of AI tools, allowing for endless possibilities. Let's see how it works. To get started with Vue AI, simply type in your prompt and select the type of output you want. After your image generates, you can instantly add it to a project, save it to a library, or dig into the details to take things further. By clicking See More, you'll enter the orchestration layer. This node-based interface gives you deeper control over your prompt's inputs and journey through the Vue AI platform. This allows for the ability to refine and optimize your prompt so that it's directly in line with your creative vision. When paired with Virtual Studio and SceneForge, Vue AI allows you to instantly visualize your idea on an LED volume. Simply add your output and visualize your content in a large format display within SceneForge project or in real time. We're just getting started with Vue AI, and in future updates we'll release text to video, text to 3D, and so much more, expanding the usability and impact of AI for virtual production. But more on that next time. Back to you, Daniel.
If you haven't already, you can access the public beta of SceneForge and Vue AI today. The true power of Virtual Studio really comes to life through Vuesync. Powered by AWS, Vuesync allows you to scale your workflow across multiple devices, work with collaborators, and ensure all your project data is backed up to the cloud. Here's Alvin to show you how it works.
It's no secret that the best creative workflow combines a powerful on-prem hardware stack with a scalable and reliable cloud infrastructure. This is what makes Vuesync so powerful. On your desktop computer, you can create a project and add virtual environments and assets. SceneForge allows you to visualize all your assets on the volume and simulate your production. You could also create workflow and manage hardware like camera tracking. When it comes to on-set management, you could continue using your computer or switch to a tablet or phone for simplified control. When needed, you can always switch back to your desktop with all your updates synchronized. Vuesync also works across multiple instances of Virtual Studio, meaning if you're shooting in a new location, you could bring all your projects and assets. The beauty of using Vuesync within Virtual Studio is that you don't need a volume to begin creating content. When you are collaborating with others on a project basis, they can create content, add to your project, and even bring a scene to life in SceneForge. We cannot wait to unleash the power of cloud for virtual production in a way that it hasn't been seen. Back to you, Daniel.
Virtual Studio is an open ecosystem, meaning developers can create their own software and hardware tools to run on our platform. On day one, Virtual Studio will support Unreal Engine, Vuelingo for nerfs, and Storia AI, with more coming soon. I'm also thrilled to announce that Virtual Studio will be free for Vue Network Studio customers, shipping in Q4 with beta signups beginning today. Back to you, Tim.
It's so exciting to imagine how Virtual Studio and Vue AI will change the way we create. and provide greater accessibility to storytellers of all kinds. You see, new advancements in real-time technology and LED display are paving the way for a new standard in production. But despite being more accessible than ever before, we know this technology is still complex and too expensive for most creators. So in order to achieve greater accessibility for the creative professionals everywhere, we've created an all-in-one studio solution at our most affordable price ever. Introducing Vueone. Vueone is an all-in-one solution for virtual production. It takes the difficulty out of virtual production and puts that power into your hands.
It is bringing everything together into one easy-to-use package that is reliable, dependable, consistent, and most importantly, that it's empowering to the storyteller.
What we did with Vueone was designed a system that on day one is easy to use. It has a menu that allows you to select from an endless list of virtual environments and be able to shoot quickly and easily like never before.
You know, you're talking about multiple different technologies from different industries coming together for the first time in history.
You're getting access to the virtual studio network. You're getting access to Vue.ai for generative content, SceneForge, and you're also getting access to our Vue asset library.
Now with the products like Vue.ai, we can simply prompt an environment and quickly have it ready to play with. This ability to now be able to have the window to any world you want fit right in the room is something we've never seen before outside of the studios.
That's really our vision, is that we take all the complexity out of the technology so that creatives can focus on what creatives do best.
Vueone is a radical reimagination of the production experience, a system designed from the ground up with a vision for simple workflows and powerful control. Vueone removes the complexity of hardware by integrating a single stack approach. Regardless of the size and configuration of the wall, it can run off a single system. This means less time spent troubleshooting hardware and more time spent creating. Vueone comes in options supporting 2D and 3D workflows, depending on your use case, and includes an integrated camera, microphone, and speakers for video calls, media playback, and markerless tracking for gesture control. And with Virtual Studio integrated directly into Vueone, the creative potential is endless. Vueone's platform is built to last and will get better over time thanks to updates to Virtual Studio. Now let's see Vueone in action with Roy and James at our Vue Network stage in London, Cube Studio.
Thanks, Christy. Since our video production company shot its first commercial 3 years ago on an LED volume in London, we fell in love with virtual production.
So earlier this year, we partnered with Vue to open a state-of-the-art virtual studio right here in the UK and began piloting Vueone. This provided an extremely simple technology stack, allowing for more efficient workflows.
We've since been able to use our Vueone to host many productions, events, and workshops that take full advantage of the best that creative technology has to offer.
The Vueone supports our GPU-hungry game engine workflows, whilst also providing the flexibility for 2D and 2.5D pipelines.
We're thrilled to not only continue providing creative services for our customers, but to bring this exciting technology to more creatives and storytellers everywhere. Back to you, Christy.
Thanks, Roy. It's exciting to see how Vueone is already being used and what you've been able to create in such a short time. For configuration and pricing details, here's John.
Thanks, Christy. No two customers are the same, which is why we've built Vueone with a variety of sizes. As we all know, physical space dictates the size of your system, and we've seen many large volumes built in recent years, including ours. But we've listened to our customers and surveyed the market, and what we've learned is that in many cases, bigger is not better. That's why Vueone's smallest size starts at 16 feet wide by 9 feet tall. This is the optimal size for presentation-heavy needs, single talent, and enterprise applications. Of course, size can scale as needed for applications requiring a larger production footprint. Vueone can go all the way up to 46 feet by 16 feet. Again, all running on a single stack, prioritizing simplicity in hardware with a focus on creative output. We've also worked closely with partners to battle test the hardware and guarantee industry-leading performance and support. It's because of our partners we're able to continue innovating and pushing the limits of what's possible with View 1. So you may be wondering, what does all this cost? The base model View 1 starts at $5,600 per month. Access to Virtual Studio will be free to View 1 users, and View AI will be included as a monthly subscription starting at $10 per month. By subscribing to Virtual Studio, users will have access to a wide variety of tools and resources for every user in the system. And don't worry, if you're not a View 1 user, you can still subscribe to Virtual Studio to access all the great tools and resources. Pre-orders for View 1 start today, and you can secure your order with a deposit of $1,000. Best of all, we will begin shipping in Q4 of this year. Now back to you, Tim.
As you've seen, our amazing partners and team have been hard at work over this past year, and it's thanks to their passion and vision that we're here today. View 1, combined with the Virtual Studio and View AI, takes everything we've learned over the past 3 years and combines it into a simple, user-friendly creative tool. One day soon, we believe the world will be able to create content at the speed of thought. And until then, thanks for tuning in, and long live all the curious minds.